What's up guys, welcome to Veldora-kun. From our previous episode, we have witnessed a lizardman tribe and trainees tribe visit Rimuru. If you haven't watched the previous episodes, I will put the link in the description below. Just a quick warning, these videos contain spoilers from the light novel. By the way, please follow my backup channel with all the lost videos. Also, don't forget to join our Discord community, Veldora-kun Subordinates. The link is in the description box. So now in this video we will review what happened next, which is the Gozu and Mezu tribe followed by unexpected invaders. But before we will proceed, please like, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. Now without further ado, let's proceed with the video. And so, a small forest had been added inside the labyrinth. Floor 95, being a multiple of 5, was a safe zone. Plus, they still had some empty floors left, so they turned levels 91 to 94 into warehouses, a greenhouse for gardens, or processing factories. Floor 91 would contain storage for metal ore. Floor 92, a plant for producing magisteel. Floor 93, a garden. And floor 94 would be the honey processing plant. There was also free passage all the way to floor 95, which made movement easy. There was a save point in the center, adjacent to it were gates that lead to different floors as well as stairs to go to lower levels. From floor 96 onwards was a grueling series of the most challenging, hellish levels. Rimuru fantasized about putting some of his own creations in the shop down there as he decided to discuss his idea with Miles. According to today's schedule, they seemed to be starting off with stronger species, including the biggest factions in his recently conquered territory. Therefore Rimuru could expect some more intense stares to be directed at him while being observed. He thought, only to notice a commotion in front of his audience chamber. A couple of different factions were having a verbal argument. Shuna was staring at them, scowling, while Sean's eyes were flashing with barely repressed rage. Geez, Rimuru hoped things can be settled peacefully. The people visiting were the Ox-Head, Gozu, and Horseface, Mezu, tribes. It turns out they didn't get along too well, in fact, they had been at war for over a century. The reason they were arguing this time was probably to determine who got to go in first for the reception. The two races stood by the door, keeping each other at bay. A magic born with bullhorns spoke to Rimuru first. "Ah, the Demon Lord. If you want a stout ally in battle, turn to us first. With us Gozu tribe in your alliance, we can definitely stand tall in this forest. And once we wipe out those wimpy Mezu once and for all, you won't find any race in the forest to defy us." As expected from a race with impressive strength, not only was he not afraid of Rimuru, he even began to brag. But before Rimuru could answer, one of the Mizumajin erupted in anger. "Wow. Bunch of fools. Any demon lord would have the perception to see that pairing with us Mezu tribe is clearly the decision to make. Let us slaughter not only these Gozu, but any monster who dares to defy us." Rimuru thinks they were exhausting, but the moment he laid eyes upon them, he came up with an idea. Honestly, whenever we think about a labyrinth, the first thing that comes to people's mind should be Minotaur. In Greek mythology, there was a famous ox-head labyrinth monster called the Minotaur. Rimuru thinks it must be his lucky day because the Gozu race, resembling the Minotaur from people's fantasies, is just the thing their labyrinth was lacking. And now, the Gozu tribe's leader, a measure larger than the others, practically oozed with evil energy. The weakest part of their underground labyrinth was the selection of bosses. Rimuru only had creatures selected for floors 10, 20, and 30. This Gozu guy would be most suited to defend levels 40 to 50. Rimuru wanted him, no matter what, and he couldn't fight the feeling. But for Rimuru, he thinks that these monsters didn't seem to have much loyalty towards him. They probably just thought of him as a nice patron or employer to have. Moreover, their intention of using him to eliminate their rival was obvious. So he busted out just a little lord's ambition on them. He hoped that they would realize how strong he was and pledge their allegiance. But they didn't seem to notice at all. Rimuru was right in front of them, yet they continued to argue against each other right in front of him. Rigard stepped forward. "You punks, how dare you act so rude in front of our king? I see that I, Rigard, need to show all of you your place." Rigard stepped forward while flexing his muscles. Both leaders quickly barked back, "What? Look at this bureaucrat who thinks he's the lord of all things." And the other says, "You're just a lackey of some weakling demon lord, quit bluffing now." Rimuru recalls that he has been looked down before, but never been treated this badly. All Rimuru needed to do was release some of his demon lord haki, and any monsters who encountered him until now had obeyed nicely. They were just so worked up, oblivious to what was going on around them. Rather than fearing him, it was better that they looked down on him since it was easier to deal with that way. Rigurd was looking at Rimuru, and as Rimuru was about to grant him permission, another commotion occurred. Some of the comments were, "What is that? What on earth? Oh dear, some trouble?" "It's probably nothing." They felt a tremendous wave of pressure from outside town. The barrier constructed by Shuna had been shattered, followed by monsters with immense yauki and large pools of magicule appearing. No, they were magians. From the hostility they were giving off alone, it was evident that they did not come in peace. Even the Gozu and Mezu tribes, who didn't notice Rimuru's demon lord haki, but they sure noticed this, judging by their panicked gasps. Such power. Hold up now, Demon Lord Sama, could it be that the other demon lords have invaded? Before this, Jura Great Forest had always been under the protection of the pact formed by the demon lords. Rimuru now no longer had time to deal with them. Although the romantic concept of a Minotaur boss was one of my top priorities, I suddenly got bigger fish to fry. Instantly, Rimuru transformed into his human form and shouted to Benimaru and the rest, "Let's go." And they responded, "Understood." And yes sir. They headed toward the source of the disturbance. Upon arriving at the scene, there were around 10 members from the Kurenai surrounding the 3 men responsible. Several security guards, gatekeepers, and Team Yamagiri troops were on the ground. He notices Gozo among them. Rimuru turned to the 3 men behind this. One was tall, well-formed, and wore an earring. The second was also a brawny man with bulky muscles who wore a nose ring. And the last one had quite a large build, he was a short and plump man who wore a mouth ring. Xian shouted, "You realize you've perpetrated this violence in the domain of the demon lord Rimuru." The earring guy stepped forward with a smile, "Get lost and out of my way. I've got no interest in scrubs. We wanted to rub out Clayman and seize his demon lord spot, but you got in our way, and we're pissed off about it. I don't do needless killing, but if anyone dares to get in my way, I won't be so nice no more." Considering the difference in magicule storage, not even a Yamagiri would survive if he really did intend to kill them. He must have been telling the truth, kind of. The Founders' Festival was just around the corner, and they had merchants from all the world over going in and out. It would be tough to let an incursion like this go without comment. Rimuru thinks that causing a commotion in these delicate times wasn't something he'd punish lightly. As Rimuru was about to take them on himself, Xian stopped him. She stepped forward and said, "Rimuru-sama, please hold on. Leave this to me." When they noticed Xian's actions, they commented, "Oh, are you Demon Lord Rimuru's entourage? Dad told me about you, the ogre woman who whipped Clayman's ass. How interesting. You'll get me warmed up." Yet the other interrupted, "Hold on, big bro. Can we take her? You can have the Demon Lord." And another adds, "That's right. I'm getting hungry, you know. I could use a girl or two right now." Their father must have been either a demon lord or a close associate. All 3 possessed magicule to rival that of unawakened Clayman. It was likely that they were sons of a demon lord. Rimuru now wonders who could it be. He immediately crossed out Gi, Milim, Ramrus, and Luminous off the list. Which leaves Dagrul, Dino, and Leon. To which Dino and Leon are unlikely as well. Was Dagrul their prime suspect? Xian replies, "Silence. Sir Rimuru is busy with his audiences right now. Let me take on the 3 of you altogether." And with this, they all gave out comments, "Huh. Oi oi oi, are you looking down on us?" And I wanted to go easy on a girl, but forget it. You gonna cry, you definitely gonna cry. My tummy just reacted to your words a bit. I bet you're gonna make me feel the fullest I've been in a while. Leaving him no choice, Rimuru decided to lead them to a clean space, to the recently constructed Colosseum. The earring guy said, "Hey, woman, I admire your boldness, I'll let it slide if you retract your words right now. To which Xian snorted back, let me show you magicules aren't the only deciding factor in a battle. And now, the battle commenced. And that's it for my video. Thank you so much. See you on my next upload.